It's Sunday, which means it's recap time here on the Retirement Quick Tips podcast. The theme this week was, what is your net worth? I've been really excited about doing this theme for a really long time because I knew I was going to create a net worth worksheet to go along with it. And so that's exactly what I did. If you haven't already, you can get a copy of your free worksheet at truenorthra.com/net worth. You just enter your name, your email address, and then the PDF, fillable PDF that you can download, save, fill in, and keep and track over time. You can just enter your name, email address, and then that gets delivered to you. I'm not asking for your firstborn. It's just a way that, we can build our email list, but then you get something incredibly valuable for it. And that gives you the ability to track your net worth for free. Also, if you missed it, I'm offering this to the first 5 people who send me your completed net worth worksheet. Don't send me some garbage thing that has 5 line items filled in. Don't do that. But if you send me a completed worksheet where you've gone through meticulously and filled in all the sections, I will do an assessment for you. We'll see how you are on track, if you are well balanced in your assets and liabilities. Also within the assets and liabilities section, are there any red flags or areas? Do you have too much in cash, too little in cash, too much in illiquid assets, too little, too much in credit card balances relative to your overall net worth and other liabilities, etc. So again, you can download your worksheet at truenorthra.com/net worth. If you email me your completed worksheet at ashley.m@truenorthra.com, I'll do that assessment for you if you're one of the first 5 people to send it over to me. I would say the most important takeaway from this week is just to calculate and figure out your net worth. It is so beneficial to do it and to track your progress over time. A quick story, I'm doing this, it's called a body transformation challenge at the gym I go to. And it started a couple weeks ago, like at the end of January. I'm like, maybe 3-4 weeks in it right now. And it goes through mid-March. At the very beginning of this, they have this body scan that they do. It's not a DEXA scan, so it's not as accurate, but you look at your weight, your height, your measurements, and then because it does a body scan, it'll show you like your visceral fat percentage and very detailed information. And what's interesting about this is that I actually scored well because like my body weight is pretty much average. And because I work out and I lift weights, I have decent muscle mass relative to my weight. Like I don't have a lot of excess fat around my midsection, which is concerning for health reasons and all of that. And so, but it takes measurements of like your legs, your torso, your arms, and everything was sort of within the range of normal, except my left arm. I have a high body fat percentage in my left arm, which is very strange. I actually kind of have skinny arms relative to the rest of my body, but fat-wise and muscle mass-wise, no. And so it's interesting because it pointed this out. I would have had no idea that my left arm needed a little bit of TLC compared to the rest of my body. So since I discovered that, I've been incorporating more focused like bicep and tricep workouts to try to tone my arms a little bit more, making sure I'm balancing things, doing things on my left side. When you have kids, I carry my kids, if I'm carrying kids around, I'm mostly carrying them on my right side. It's my dominant side because I'm right-handed. So it kind of makes sense that my muscle mass and lean mass on that side, I got like a fat left arm, basically, is what I'm saying, compared to the rest of my body. So that was so helpful to see this. The same thing is true when you're looking at your net worth statement. It's so many details about your financial life, and it helps you to pinpoint areas like a fat left arm that you could work on to improve. All right, so tomorrow I'm starting a brand new theme. I'm talking about how to minimize stock market risk. Even if you're a beginner, even if you're not a super savvy investor, I'll show you how to look at your portfolio because I actually think that there is a lot of risk right now in certain pockets, not all the stock market, but in certain pockets of the stock market. I think there's some areas for concern, even alarm. And frankly, I've been ringing the alarm bells on this going back all the way to 2019. I have the YouTube video where I talk about it to prove it. So I'll talk more about that next week and how you can minimize your own risk in your own portfolio if you are a stock market investor, which hopefully most of you are. All right. Thank you so much for listening this week. If you're enjoying the podcast, if you thought this was valuable, please share the show, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm begging you, leave a review. If you've been listening for a long time, leave a review. It's one of the best things that you can do to support the show because it signals to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, it signals to them that this is a good quality show and that other people who are searching for similar content on retirement, personal finance, things like that, it'll point them to that and it really helps to grow the show. My goal this year is to reach 1 million lifetime downloads. I think I can do it, but I need your help to do it. So I would really appreciate it if you could leave a review if you haven't already. Wherever you're listening, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening right now, YouTube Music, wherever, leave a review there. It helps out a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing the love. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. My name is Ashley Mitchell, and this is the Retirement Quick Tips Podcast.